Hello. I'm starting to see some parallels with ancient Egyptian religious beliefs and Christianity, even Judaism, and perhaps other faiths as well. They parallel in this concept of life after death. The ancients were really concerned about funeral rites and funeral preparations. They really believed in the hereafter. They believed in life after death, if not in body, in spirit. But some believed in the body too, like the Egyptians did believe that their spirits, the Ka and the Ba, would return back to their tombs and resurrect their bodies. Obviously that didn't happen, but I'm starting to wonder if that was part of God's progressive revelation to man concerning about the ultimate fulfillment and the perfect type. Imperfect being as represented by the Egyptians and Babylonians and other ancient cultures. The imperfect type, but the perfect type came, which was Christ. He was the one that was able to conquer the grave. He conquered death. His Ka and Ba did return. After he was put in the tomb, his spirit went down into hell, to Hades, to release the captives there and set them free. Those who were believers in ancient times that had already passed on, Jesus revived them and resurrected them and brought him up into heaven. Because they were in the place of Abraham's bosom, which was a temporary holding place for saints. On the other side was hell, the souls that were damned. But now that place below, called Abraham's bosom, is no longer available, because now people go directly to heaven because of what Christ did on the cross. But it was an intermediate place until the promised part of the prophecies were fulfilled, the redemption of Christ. But yeah, Christ Ba, his Ka, his spirit returned back to his body, and he was able to walk right out of that tomb. The angels of God rolled that stone away, and he was able to reveal himself to his disciples and to other people after they met him at the they told him to meet him at one of the mountains, I believe it was the Mount of Olives. But that's where he ascended back up into heaven in front of many witnesses. He ascended to heaven, which was, I believe, it took it further than what the Egyptians believed. The Egyptians did believe that the pharaohs were connected to Horus, that they were connected to the sun, and that the pharaohs were representatives of God on earth, kind of like the popes. But they attributed, they called God the actual physical sun, the solar system there. But it's interesting that God the Son, S-O-N, was able to rise from the dead, ascend to heaven, and which is very similar to the Egyptians, but what they believe. But he is the perfect type. He's the ultimate fulfillment of that concept, which is very interesting.